Mm. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hi, Aunt Gwen. Hi, Elder Juanita. Good morning, good morning, good morning, Minister Andrea. Good morning. Good morning, Minister Latanya. How are you? Good morning, good morning, good morning. So good to see you guys. Good morning, good morning. Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Gathering of Hearts. Good morning, Deaconess Lish. Welcome to the Gathering of Hearts this morning. I am Regina Banks, your GPS to wholeness. And today's dosage will deal with rejection. Good morning, Val. So, the word for the week is overcoming rejection. So, we know that in this life we live, we are going to experience rejection at some point in our lives, but it's what we do with it that will determine the direction or the path or the trajectory that our lives will go in. And so, usually, when rejection happens, it causes people to kind of like go inward and they feel bad, and it causes you to think negative things about yourself. But today I want to give you some tips in overcoming rejection, because what is the purpose? What am I going to say? It's time to move forward. And although you may have experienced rejection, you do not have to stay in that place. And so I'm going to give you some tips for overcoming rejection. And like I said, rejection can come from a family member. It could come from not getting a job that you thought you were going to get. It could come from that person that you're interested in. They're not interested in you. It could come from various things. But what I want you to walk away with today is remembering this, that God can use your rejection as promotion. Again, God can use your rejection for your promotion. And so, some quick tips in overcoming rejection. Number one, remember this, that rejection is temporary, it is not permanent if you keep going. Rejection can only exist if you react or respond to it. When you know who you are, the acceptance and opinion of others doesn't exists. Therefore, no response or reaction needed when presented. And so God has already informed us in Genesis 1 that we are made in his image. And so when you are fully aware of who you are, you don't worry about being rejected, because you know who you are and you know whose you are. And so you already know that you were created in his image, that there is nothing wrong with you, that you are perfectly fine. Number two, don't think it's all about you. Rejection doesn't mean you weren't good enough. In fact, it means that someone was threatened by your greatness. And so you need to understand that just because you've been rejected, it doesn't mean that something is wrong with you. It could simply mean that somebody is intimidated by you. They know that you are smarter than they are. They know that you are better at the job than they are. And what they want to do is try to break you down, because hurt people hurt people. So remember, when rejection comes your way, that it is not always about you, that it could be about the other person. Number three, strengthen your self-esteem and say no to the inner critic. See, it's time to throw the spirit of rejection out with the rest of the trash. And I'm going to say that again. It's time to throw the spirit of rejection out with the rest of the trash. Every time you think you're being rejected for something good, know that you're actually being redirected to something better. What you see as rejection could be protection from God. He has so much better in store for you. And so don't always take it as a bad thing. That just might not be the direction that God would have you to go in at this present moment. So don't think it's bad. Just throw rejection out with the trash. See, we're going to flip the script on the enemy this morning morning. He tries to, everything that happens to us, he tries to make us hold on to it. He tries to get us to think that everything is always bad. But you've got to recognize this, that when God is the author and finisher of your faith, it always ends in a praise. You may cry. It may cause you to look a certain way. It may cause you to feel a certain way, but you've got to know that it all ends in a praise, and that some way or another, God is always going to bump you back into your destiny. So again, although it may look like rejection, know that something is better is coming. Number 5, focus on what you still have in your life. Don't worry about the no's. Just focus on all the good things in your life. If you actually sat down and started thinking about all that was good, I can assure you that it will outweigh all that is bad. And so I'm trying to get you some tips so that you can beat the enemy every time. Every time he tries to throw a no, remind him that you have a yes. You can always press rewind on your life, and it can make you feel good when you think about all of the blessings that God has already done for you. And you've got to know that he won't stop, that he's going to keep on blessing you. That's who he is. He is a God of multiplication. He is a God of addition. And so something good is always going to happen for you. And just in case you don't believe what I'm saying, or you're saying, well, Pastor G, I don't really know if that could happen for me. Let's talk about the notorious RBG, the late Supreme Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She graduated at the top of her class, and she applied for a law clerk position to Justice Frankfurter. She was denied or rejected because of her gender. But guess what? She did not let that stop her. She went on to be the second confirmed woman Supreme Court Justice. What am I saying to you? God can use your rejection for your promotion. What if she would have stopped then? We would never be saying her name now. And so I'm telling you, again, throw the rejection out with the trash. There's so much more in store for you. You need another example? Well, then let's talk about Jesus. He was rejected by his family. And John 7:5 tells us that not even his brother believed in him. He was without honor in his own hometown. And Matthew 13:57 tells us he didn't do the mighty works. Why? Because they didn't believe in him. They rejected him. Let's talk about Peter, who denied him not once, not twice, but 3 times. Let's talk about Judas. You all know the story about Judas. And get this, Jesus had just finished washing his feet to symbolize the laying down of his life for him, and he was still rejected. But what did our sovereign God do? He used all of that rejection for Jesus' promotion. He was talked about. He was spit on. He was rejected by man, mostly when it meant he was rejected by most when it meant the most. Remember when it came time to, during that time, it was kind of like one prisoner had to be let go during the festival. And what happened? Everybody voted for the other guy to be rejected, to be freed instead of Jesus. And so at the time when it was needed most, after he had done these things, he was still rejected. But what happened? He died. He was crucified and he died. But what happened? God raised him. He resurrected him in 3 days with all power in his hand. What are you saying to me, Pastor G? I'm trying to tell you to get out of rejection, that God wants to resurrect you just like he did Jesus. And all you have to do is remember that you are made in his image. When Jesus got up, he redeemed you and I. So what does that mean? What is the definition of redeem? It means to buy back. It means to accept. It means to choose. And I like the word choose. Why? Because it is the opposite of rejection. God chose you. Jesus chose you, which means what? You are good enough. You are smart enough. You are tall enough. You are pretty or handsome enough. Heartbeats, you are simply enough. So don't worry about rejection. If you don't remember anything, remember that you are enough, and throw rejection out with the trash. So remember this, that rejection is just a setup for your promotion. God can use that same rejection for your promotion. Stay positive, my friend, and keep moving forward. Please do not forget to share this post so that it can free someone else. If you have not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do so. We will have a new video uploaded this week. And it will be talking about living free of brokenness in the church. It's a good word. And so make sure you check that out. I hope that you guys have a favor-filled day. Know that today's weather forecast is record-breaking blessings. So you need to be looking for blessings. They're going to be finding you wherever you are today. Favor has already gone before you. I want you to know that whatever you are facing, whatever you are dealing with, that God is right by your side, that they're not going to be any no's, they're going to be yes, because this is your season, this is your time to move forward. God has so much in store for you. I want you to get ready for Amos 9 to just smack you in the face, where everywhere you look that there are blessings. I want you to give God a praise, give God a shout, because something magnificent, something good, something amazing is about to happen to you. I love you, Heartbeats a bunch, and I will see you next Monday right here at 7:30 a.m. Go out and have a prosperous week. Go out and have a wonderful day. Go out and get everything that God has for you. I love you a bunch.